So I'm going to start the class right now. This is a small portion of it, selecting the country and a few small facts about the country. So class, the material required for this is a world map. The students could either have their own world map, or the world map could be on the projector or screen, or even on the wall. So it's a cheap, inexpensive class to run. There's not a whole lot to it. So I'd start the class. Class, welcome. We're going to be world travelers today. So we're going to select one class, one country from this map. And let me ask you, have you guys ever traveled before? Have you left your country? Have you left your home? You there, Business Bob? Have you have you left your home? Where did you go? Did you like it? Okay, excellent. So I'm not at home. I'm in your country. So I'm going to select for this class, for this micro lesson, I'm going to talk about my country, Canada. So Canada is divided into provinces and territories. There's 3 territories. They're the northern territories. The rest of them are provinces. For today, I'm going to pick two provinces, speak about them, and we're going to state a fact for each province. And at the end of it, I'm going to ask you, can you tell a story based on the provinces I selected? So the westernmost province in Canada, it's British Columbia. So British Columbia it's on the Pacific Ocean coast. The coastline runs up all the way to the northern territory, the Yukon. The mountain range running down the western coast of Canada is the Rocky Mountains. There are snow-peaked mountains, exactly like you see in the Alps. The Himalayas even, very impressive to see. And they're long been sought after for skiing, mountain climbing, whatever it is, right? So if you're into nature, forests and mountains, British Columbia is one of the best provinces in the country to go to. Everything from glaciers, mountain lakes, snow-peaked mountains, ski resorts, hiking, whatever it is. So that's British Columbia. When you think British Columbia, the thing that comes to mind, guaranteed, are mountains. So it's one of the most mountainous areas in Canada. So that's the fact I selected for this for this province. Okay, the second province I'm going to pick is all the way on the other side of the province. It's Newfoundland. Newfoundland is an island province. The capital of Newfoundland is St. John's. It's one of the biggest fishing areas in the country. It's settled first when the Europeans came to Canada. They settled from east to west. They set up on Newfoundland and the Maritime provinces because the fishing was so good. The story I read, the fish were jumping into the boat while the fishing boats had parked themselves off the coast. So the story I want to read about Newfoundland, my favorite ex-girlfriend, her dad's from there. So that's something that I can tell you about that province. So that's my summary for the 2 provinces. A lot of pressure because it's the first time I've actually presented class material based on the course I wrote for the capstone project. I want to ask you, class, could you write a story about British Columbia? What would you write? So write it down, just a short fact of your own based on mountaineering, hiking, the glaciers, mountain lakes, whatever I said, the Alps even if you want, just write something very brief about your experience tied to those things. And we can talk about it and see if we can build a small story off of that. So, and if you don't want British Columbia, pick Newfoundland. Pick a small fact or memory or experience you had fishing or on an island, and we can talk about it, and from that build a tiny story, and you'll see an example of what we're going to do later for the end of the course, basically. So you can think about it, write it down, and we'll talk about it. We'll give you 5 minutes. Get to work, and they pay me to judge you. So do it well.